Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Ready Nurse Nay. I am Nay. I graduated with my BSN in December of 23, and now your girl is out here about to take the NCLEX and be a registered nurse in less than a month. So I still got my tree up. Happy holidays to all of you, whatever you're celebrating, happy holidays. And today we're gonna be talking about you've accepted your first job, your first new grad job, what to expect, right? So grab you a hot tea or coffee or whatever. Mine has hope on there. Isn't that cute? Whatever it is that you want to sip on, and let's do this chat, okay? So this video is really to show you kind of what to expect. So say for instance you are a new grad nurse, you have accepted your first nursing position. Congratulations, right? Now what next, right? So this might look different for each individual, depending on the company that you work for, but I'm basically just sharing my experience, kind of how it worked for me. So basically, if you were a nurse tech on the unit that you accepted a job on, or if you did your preceptorship or practicum on that unit that you accepted a job on, your process may look a little bit different. You might not have to do an interview or shadow shift because you already know what the unit is, because you already know all the people and you just are moving from that nurse tech role to the nursing role that you accepted. So your process will look a little bit differently. But say for instance, for those of us, me, I accepted a position, a nursing role in a position, and that I've never been on before. So I was brand new. I didn't know anybody. I just, accepted that, applied and went through the steps and accepted that role. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that, right? And I think I have some other videos where I'll actually I'll be telling you what role I accepted and what unit I'll be working on. Okay, so think of this. Oh, my video is shaking. Okay, so think of this as you've accepted your role, whether you've accepted your role through email or a phone call. You've accepted your role, and what are the next steps? So before you even get on the clinical floor working and taking care of patients, there's a whole bunch of little stuff that you have to do before that. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you kind of what was my case, right? So I accepted the role, right, as a registered nurse in this unit, and then they sent me an offer letter, and the offer letter included my salary, my shift diffs for this unit, if you sign on bonus information, if you did that, if you accept it or not, and that was basically within my offer letter, and I accepted that, and then I went on from there. So next thing to know is that after you accept your role, it's a lot of paperwork. It is a lot of paperwork. You have the paperwork that you would do for a non-healthcare job, which is your normal new hiring stuff, like your W-2 forms, your tax info, and I'm looking at my notes, that's why I'm looking down. Your tax info, background check, copies of social security card, a birth certificate. This is to verify your identity. You have your normal new hire stuff, right? And then you have your healthcare paperwork, which includes having your vaccine records and stuff like that, having to send them proof of any annual vaccines and tests that you have to get, whether your hospital requires you to get annual flu or COVID, and TB, vaccinations and TB skin tests, having to turn all that stuff in, right? Then also, if you have any license information, if you are LPN or RN, or if you whatever your licensing information is, you have to turn that information in. And then also, if you have any type of certifications, such as CPR certifications, PALS or ALS, any other certifications, like specialty certifications, you have to turn all that stuff in, right? All that stuff has to get turned in. And then you have to fill out all of these forms that are required for your hospital, all kinds of stuff. That process, the paperwork itself can take, just depends on where you are, where you work. It took me to turn in all that stuff and to fill out all that stuff. It took me like over an hour, which isn't bad, but it's just I didn't realize that you're filling out all these forms and questionnaires, like the hospital was trying to see if have you ever been exposed to hepatitis? If so, when was the date? How do you know you don't have it now? Can you see? Are you able to use your bodily functions to take care of patients? Can you, it's literally asking you all these things, and it takes some time to process and go through that. And yeah, so it takes a little time, but that's a part of it. Then the next thing would be they send us is knowing little stuff of like you figuring out you know, like your hospital scrubs and the different supplies that you're gonna need. So a lot of times if you're going from student to working nurse and you're, you know, at a different hospital, like you're gonna have to purchase your scrubs. So that's something to kind of know and just be aware of. Okay, I gotta buy some scrubs, right? I gotta buy maybe some new tennis shoes and those sort of things. Maybe you want to buy some other supplies, a new nursing bag, whatever, to kind of help you in your role, to fulfill your role and be successful in your role as a nurse. So things like that to note. Other things, you know, you're seeing kind of like the hospital insurance, you know, if you're going to get their family plan or your 401k, like you're seeing all those things as well too. So not necessarily exciting stuff, but it is good to know you're going to be filling out all this paperwork before you actually go to the hospital and work on patients. And then for the hospital that I accepted, the first week is like you're basically in a classroom, kind of like doing orientation for the whole hospital. So you have a few days where you're in the classroom doing all of the trainings and things like that, and then at the beginning of the week and then the end of the week you're walking around the hospital and actually getting oriented with the hospital, getting your badge set up, badge system set up and things like that. That's basically what you're doing, well, for my hospital for that first week. So that's what to expect in the hiring process after you accept the job. Nothing super exciting, just basically getting you set up, verified at the hospital before you're able to actually go in there and start working on patients and being orienting, you know, working as with your patients and preceptors. So yes, that is that. I hope that was, you know, interesting or whatever, taught you something you didn't know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.